The game has just changed for electric vehicle charging, and it's bound to start a heated debate among business owners, drivers, and Tesla fans alike. Imagine transforming your empty parking lot into an EV charging goldmine. But here's where it gets controversial. Tesla is finally letting businesses buy its iconic superchargers directly, not just host them. Is this a potential windfall or a risk-laden investment? Let's break down what's really happening and why it matters. Until now, Tesla's Superchargers, the instantly recognizable charging stations dotting highways nationwide, were only available to businesses that agreed to host sites controlled by Tesla. These charging stations have, for years, been among Tesla's most valuable assets, luring drivers and boosting Tesla's brand. But as Tesla faces declining global car sales, it's shifting its focus from manufacturing vehicles to expanding its charging empire in a bold new direction. Here's the twist most people miss. As of last Friday, Tesla quietly opened up B2B, business-to-business sales of its Supercharger stations. In other words, any company can now purchase Superchargers, brand them with their own logo, and install them for use by the general public. No Tesla vehicle required. Businesses handle the upfront investment and installation, while Tesla delivers the equipment, software, and continuous support, turning any piece of spare pavement into a high-speed charging stop for all EVs. This isn't the first time Tesla has sold charging hardware to another company. Back in 2023, it struck a deal to supply $100 million in superchargers to BP Pulse, a rival charging network. But now, for the first time, Tesla is making its hardware accessible to the broader market. And the timing couldn't be more intriguing, with the brand's global car deliveries falling for the first time in over 10 years, and a more affordable new model turning out to be just another iteration of the Model Y. Tesla has needed a fresh growth engine. Elon Musk has made no secret of his shifting priorities, focusing more on AI and robotics than on cars. Still, superchargers remain one core part of Tesla's car-related business that's seeing major investment. In the past year alone, Tesla has added around 1,000 new supercharger stations and over 10,000 additional charging stalls across the U.S., a significant ramp-up that's hard to ignore. The financials are compelling if you read between the lines. Tesla doesn't disclose exactly how much profit it makes from supercharging, but it did reveal a staggering 64% increase in services gross profit last quarter, largely due to higher charging usage. Much of that momentum comes from allowing EVs from other brands to plug in, transforming what was once a gated network into a more open and lucrative platform. By selling superchargers to outside businesses, Tesla can rapidly expand its reach without putting up all the capital itself, and still collect a slice of the earnings. But here's a reality check for aspiring entrepreneurs. It's not a quick or cheap venture. Consulting firm SoCal EV reports that opening a new supercharger location can take from 3 months up to more than a year, specifically 12 to 64 weeks, depending on local permits, utilities, and construction hurdles. Costs aren't trivial either. Tesla hasn't published its pricing, but its North American charging chief said earlier this year that each supercharger stall runs $40,000 to $45,000 to install. With a 4-stall minimum, the bill for a basic installation likely hits around $200,000. Let's crunch the numbers. Suppose your charger sells power at 45 cents per kilowatt hour. If Tesla takes 10 cents and the local utility keeps 175, you're left with 175 cents per kilowatt hour. The U.S. Department of Energy estimates the typical DC fast charge, Tesla aside, delivers about 22 kilowatt hour, meaning the operator would earn about $3.85 per session. To recoup a $200,000 investment, you'd need almost 52,000 charging sessions. That's a high hurdle to clear, but keep reading. Here's the part many don't realize. You're not just selling electrons. According to a recent MIT study, businesses located near fast charging stations see their retail sales rise, thanks to the extra time drivers spend nearby while their cars power up. Anyone who's gotten a coffee, grabbed a snack, or wandered into a store while waiting at a supercharger can relate. The extra foot traffic and the impulse purchases might be where the real money is made, not simply charging fees. In the big picture, Tesla's strategy is strikingly smart. The company maintains oversight of its network, shifts installation costs to other businesses, and still reaps ongoing revenue, while drivers benefit from a growing network of charging options. Win, win, win. But is this openness a shrewd expansion, or does it risk watering down what made the Supercharger network so special? Now, here's where you come in. Would you invest in hosting or owning a Supercharger? Do you think this move will help or hurt Tesla's brand and bottom line? Or could opening up the Supercharger hardware eventually backfire by creating too much competition or eroding Tesla's control over quality? Let's kickstart a conversation. Share your thoughts below. Are you all in, or do you see hidden downsides to this bold expansion?